I received a Facebook message from the woman to my left here, Amanda, the other day. She was kicked out of this Christian-loving school, and she Facebooked back me and said, "I am so there." So, Amanda, tell us just how truly Christian and loving they are or aren't here.
Hi, I'm Amanda.
Hi,
and I'm a bisexual female. And for a very long time, I was very scared to say anything about it. In fact, the school terrified me. I think every time I went to the school, I had an anxiety attack. It was so terrifying to be myself. I remember sitting in philosophy class and they were talking about the reasons why people could get married and the reasons why that they could get divorced. And I remember my philosophy teacher telling us that if you're in a marriage and your husband is beating you, it's not biblically right for you to divorce him.
What? That's crazy.
It was a lot more than that, you know. It kept on happening often and more often. I think that, like, I am a recovering drug addict, and I think part of the reason why I started using drugs and got into that whole scene was because I was so terrified. I knew that, like, when I was in oblivion, that no one would know about it, you know, and then I could hide from the world. And part of that reason was because of the school. I applaud you guys for being so courageous and showing up here and having a flag and everything. It took me years to be okay with who I am. And part of the very main reason was because of their school and because of the hate that they teach. I just would hate to see any other child walk into these doors and feel the same way that I do. I mean, it was just amazing how much hate was coming from them. And I truly believe, as a Christian bisexual woman, that God doesn't preach that. Jesus hung out with hookers and thieves. What makes you think he wouldn't hang out with a lesbian or a gay man?